Have you ever been told you need to walk more? Maybe it's from your doctor, your kids, or even your friends, and it's often given as a piece of advice to help you stay healthy and active. Walking is one of the most natural exercises for the body, and for good reason. It's simple, it's low impact, and it's a great way to stay mobile as we age. But here's something you might not have heard before. Walking too much after 70 could actually be doing more harm than good. I know it might sound surprising, but bear with me for a moment. Walking is certainly an important part of staying active, but when it's done excessively or without the proper balance, it can put a strain on your joints, muscles, and even your heart. The key is finding the right balance, enough walking to keep you fit and energized, but not so much that it accelerates aging or leads to injury. In this video, we'll go over why walking too much after 70 can accelerate aging and what you can do instead to stay strong and healthy without overdoing it. I'll also share some tips and alternative exercises to keep your body moving without putting unnecessary strain on it. Let's start with the first point: overexerting your joints. When you walk excessively, especially on hard surfaces like concrete, your joints take a beating. Walking places repetitive pressure on the knees, hips, and ankles, especially as we get older and our cartilage wears down. Over time, this repetitive motion can lead to joint pain, swelling, and even conditions like arthritis. Take Martha, a 74-year-old woman who has always been an avid walker. For years, she followed the advice of her doctor and walked several miles a day. It wasn't until she started feeling increasing knee pain and stiffness that she realized something had to change. Martha's doctor explained that the constant impact from daily walks on hard surfaces was causing her knees to wear out faster than they should. She'd been putting too much strain on her joints without giving them proper rest or incorporating other exercises that would help protect her joints. When you walk too much and don't vary your routine with activities that relieve stress on your joints, you risk wearing out the cartilage in your knees, hips, and ankles faster. This is particularly important for seniors, as the body's natural repair processes slow down with age. The same goes for walking at a pace that's too fast or walking for too long without proper breaks. If you're finding that walking is causing joint pain, it might be time to reconsider how much you're walking or how hard you're pushing yourself. Instead, consider using a soft track, grass, or even a treadmill with cushioning to reduce the impact. Taking shorter walks with breaks in between can be just as effective for your fitness and much easier on your joints. Additionally, incorporating strength training and low-impact exercises like swimming or cycling can help build muscle strength around your joints, offering better protection. The second reason why walking too much after 70 can actually age you prematurely has to do with muscle fatigue and loss of muscle mass. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, a condition known as sarcopenia. Walking for long distances or at a high intensity without incorporating other exercises can actually exacerbate this process. Why? Because walking alone doesn't do enough to stimulate muscle growth. It's a cardiovascular exercise, which is great for heart health, but it doesn't challenge your muscles in the same way that strength training or resistance exercises do. Take George, who's 80 years old. George had been walking every day for an hour as his main form of exercise. He felt good doing it at first. His stamina improved, and he kept up with his routine, but over time, he noticed that his legs started feeling weaker, and he wasn't able to lift things like he used to. Walking had been his go-to activity, but it wasn't enough to combat the natural loss of muscle mass that happens as we age. When muscles aren't used to their full capacity through activities like weightlifting, bodyweight exercises, or resistance band work, they begin to weaken. And when you walk for long periods without doing strength-building exercises, your body begins to rely on less muscle mass to complete the same tasks. This leads to muscle fatigue, weakness, and a general decline in functional fitness, making it harder to do daily activities like climbing stairs or getting up from a chair. The key here is balance. Walking is fantastic for cardiovascular health, but it's essential to pair it with strength training exercises to help maintain and build muscle mass. Even just 20 minutes of strength training a couple of times a week can make a huge difference. Body weight exercises like squats, lunges, and push-ups are simple and effective ways to engage the muscles and keep them strong without needing special equipment. If you don't enjoy lifting weights, you can also use resistance bands or even household items like water bottles to provide resistance. Let's talk about heart health, the third area where too much walking could do more harm than good if not done properly. While it's true that walking is an excellent cardiovascular exercise, too much of anything, especially intense cardio, can put a strain on your heart. For seniors, overexerting the heart through long, strenuous walks can lead to problems like elevated blood pressure, fatigue, and in extreme cases, even a heart attack or stroke. This is where understanding your limits comes into play. If you're over 70, it's essential to listen to your body and avoid overexerting yourself during exercise. I remember Lucille, who's 76, telling me about her routine of walking 6 miles a day. She had been doing it for years, but recently, she noticed that she felt increasingly tired and breathless during her walks. When she went for a checkup, her doctor warned her that this level of intense cardiovascular activity wasn't ideal anymore. Lucille's heart was showing signs of overuse, and her doctor suggested moderation and focusing on shorter, more manageable walks combined with other forms of exercise, such as light swimming or yoga. Walking is still an amazing exercise, but the goal is not to push yourself too hard for too long. Try breaking your walks into shorter sessions throughout the day rather than one long trek. It's also helpful to mix it up with other low-impact exercises, like cycling or swimming, which are gentler on the heart and still provide excellent cardiovascular benefits. Always make sure to check in with your doctor before starting any new exercise routine, especially if you have heart concerns. Now that we've covered joint strain, muscle fatigue, and the potential impact on your heart health, it's clear that too much walking after 70 can cause more harm than good if you're not careful. In the next part, we'll explore what to do instead to maintain your health, avoid overexertion, and keep your body strong and youthful without risking injury or burnout. Stay tuned, because in part 2, we'll dive into alternatives to excessive walking, how to keep your muscles and joints strong, and how to protect your heart while staying active and engaged. Now that we've discussed the dangers of walking too much after 70, such as joint strain, muscle fatigue, and heart stress, it's time to focus on the alternatives, the changes that can help you stay active, strong, and healthy without overburdening your body. The key is balance, enough activity to stay fit, but not so much that it accelerates aging or leads to injury. So let's explore how you can stay healthy without overdoing it, starting with the concept of variety in your exercise routine. If you've been walking daily for years, you might feel like it's your go-to exercise. And don't get me wrong, walking is fantastic for your heart and your mental well-being. But when walking is your only form of exercise, the repetitive motion can take a toll on your joints and muscles, leading to the issues we've already talked about. This is why variety is such a crucial part of your routine. When you mix things up, you're engaging different muscle groups, allowing certain parts of your body to recover, and also challenging your body in new ways that walking alone simply can't do. Take Linda, for example. She's 71 years old and has been walking for years to stay fit. Recently, however, she started feeling more joint pain after her walks. Her doctor suggested she try swimming to help alleviate the pressure on her joints, while still providing an excellent full-body workout. Linda was a little hesitant at first, but after a few sessions, she realized how much better she felt. Swimming didn't just give her a break from walking, it actually helped strengthen her muscles and improve her flexibility. She felt lighter in her body and had less pain in her knees after just a few weeks. Now, swimming might not be for everyone, but it's a great example of how adding low-impact activities to your routine can improve your overall fitness. Swimming helps improve your muscle strength without putting pressure on your bones and joints. The buoyancy of the water supports your body, allowing you to work out longer without the stress that hard surfaces like concrete can put on your knees and hips. But there are plenty of other low-impact options to explore. Cycling, whether outdoors or on a stationary bike, is another excellent form of exercise. Like swimming, cycling strengthens the leg muscles, improves cardiovascular health, and burns calories, all while being gentle on the knees and hips. It's a great alternative to walking and can be easily modified to suit your fitness level. If you're looking for something even more accessible, consider walking on softer surfaces like grass or trails. These surfaces are much easier on your joints than hard pavement or concrete. Many parks have paved walking trails that are surrounded by grass or dirt paths, making them a great place to go for a walk while reducing the impact on your joints. If you're walking on a treadmill, try using an incline for a bit of extra intensity. It engages more of your muscles and glutes, giving you a better workout without additional strain on your knees. Another excellent form of low-impact exercise is yoga. Yoga can be a fantastic way to improve flexibility, balance, and core strength. Whether you're doing gentle stretches or more intense poses, yoga promotes full-body flexibility and helps prevent the stiffness that can come with aging. Tai Chi is another great option. It focuses on slow, controlled movements that improve balance and coordination, which is important as we age to prevent falls and improve mobility. Next, let's talk about strength training, something that's often overlooked in favor of cardio exercises like walking. As we get older, we lose muscle mass naturally, a condition called sarcopenia. Without enough muscle mass, we're more likely to experience frailty, reduced mobility, and a higher risk of injury. Strength training is one of the most effective ways to combat muscle loss and keep your body strong and capable. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Strength training sounds intense. I don't want to lift heavy weights. But strength training doesn't have to mean lifting heavy barbells or using complicated machines. Body weight exercises like squats, lunges, and push-ups are a fantastic and accessible way to build strength without the need for equipment. They work multiple muscle groups at once and can be done anywhere, anytime. Let's take Tom, a 76-year-old who loves to walk but had been noticing that he was becoming weaker, particularly in his legs. He realized that while walking kept him active, it wasn't enough to maintain the muscle mass he needed to stay strong. So he started adding body weight exercises to his routine. A few times a week, he did chair squats, wall push-ups, and leg lifts. These exercises were gentle on his body, and he could feel the difference in his legs and arms after just a few weeks. Tom's energy increased, and he found it easier to walk longer distances without feeling fatigued. If you're not sure where to start, it's as simple as incorporating a few strength exercises into your daily routine. You can begin with simple squats. You don't have to go all the way down, calf raises, or even using light dumbbells or resistance bands. You don't need a gym membership or fancy equipment. Bodyweight exercises are enough to start building and maintaining muscle. If you want to take it further, you can always join a local fitness class or personal trainer who specializes in exercises for seniors. One of the biggest challenges as we age is balancing exercise with adequate rest. It might sound strange, But rest is just as important as exercise when it comes to staying healthy. Overexerting yourself, whether by walking too much or by doing other intense exercises, can leave your body fatigued and more prone to injury. Recovery time allows your muscles to repair and rebuild, helping you stay stronger over the long term. Think about George, who's 79. He used to walk 5 miles a day, rain or shine, but began to notice that his body was feeling more exhausted than usual. His knees started to hurt, and he felt increasingly stiff. After talking to his doctor, George realized that he wasn't giving his muscles and joints enough time to recover. He cut back on his walks and started incorporating rest days where he would focus on gentle activities like stretching or doing some yoga. This made a huge difference in how he felt. He was able to walk more comfortably, with less pain and greater energy for the rest of his day. Rest doesn't mean doing nothing at all on your rest days. Engage in gentle stretching or low-intensity activities, like walking around the house or doing a bit of gardening. Mobility exercises also help you stay flexible without stressing your muscles. These activities are incredibly helpful for maintaining joint health and ensuring you don't stiffen up. Lastly, let's talk about hydration. It's something we often overlook, but staying hydrated is essential for your muscles, joints, and overall health. Dehydration can lead to muscle cramps, fatigue, and even dizziness, especially during physical activity. Always make sure to drink water before, during, and after exercise, and aim for at least 8 glasses of water per day. If you're doing more intense exercise, like cycling or swimming, you may need even more. Keeping a bottle of water by your side during your workouts is a good way to remind yourself to stay hydrated. Now that we've covered the importance of mixing up your exercise routine, balancing activity with proper rest, and staying hydrated, it's time to take a closer look at some final points to ensure you're protecting your body while still getting the most out of your fitness routine. We're going to focus on some alternative exercises, the importance of balance, and why strength training and flexibility exercises should become integral parts of your daily routine, especially as you age. The first thing I want to talk about is the importance of balance exercises. As we age, our balance tends to decline, and this can increase the risk of falls and injuries. Even a small misstep can result in a serious injury, especially when you have weaker muscles and joints. That's why balance exercises should become a crucial part of your fitness regimen. These exercises don't just help improve coordination. They also strengthen the muscles that support your joints, improving overall stability. Consider Helen, who's 72 and recently started incorporating balance exercises into her routine after noticing that she had trouble standing on one foot to put on her shoes. At first, she could only balance for a few seconds, but she stuck with it, gradually building her strength. Helen also included some Tai Chi and gentle yoga into her weekly workouts. Within a few months, she noticed she was not only standing on one foot with ease, but she felt more steady while walking and even when standing in line at the grocery store. One of the simplest balance exercises you can do is the single leg stand. Start by standing with your feet hip width apart, and then slowly lift one foot off the ground. Hold for 10 to 20 seconds, then switch legs. If you find it challenging at first, you can hold onto a chair or countertop to maintain your stability. Over time, you'll find your balance improves, and your confidence in moving around will increase. Heel to toe walking, which involves walking in a straight line as if you were on a balance beam, is another excellent way to build balance. Another great option is Tai Chi, which focuses on slow, deliberate movements. It's known for improving balance, strength, and flexibility, and it's a wonderful low-impact exercise for seniors. Yoga also offers balance-boosting poses like the tree pose or warrior pose, which can enhance your coordination and overall strength. No matter which balance exercise you choose, It's important to include them in your routine to stay stable and prevent falls. Now, let's talk about flexibility, something we often take for granted when we're younger, but which becomes incredibly important as we age. Without regular stretching and flexibility exercises, our muscles and joints become stiffer and less responsive. This leads to aches, pains, and a decreased range of motion, which can affect everything from reaching for something on a shelf to bending down to pick up a dropped item. Bill, 75, began to feel stiff in his back and legs after years of walking. He realized that his muscles weren't as flexible as they used to be. With his doctor's advice, Bill started adding daily stretching to his routine. He began with gentle stretches targeting his hamstrings, hips, and lower back, and gradually incorporated more dynamic stretches. After a few weeks, Bill noticed he could move more easily and felt far less discomfort after walking. His flexibility wasn't perfect, but it improved significantly, and he felt much better. Stretching doesn't need to be an intense or time-consuming activity. A simple 10-minute routine each day can make a huge difference in how your body feels. Focus on areas that are prone to tightness in older age: hamstrings, hip flexors, calves, and the lower back. Gentle yoga is also a great option for improving flexibility while incorporating mindfulness and relaxation. Incorporating flexibility exercises into your routine has tremendous benefits beyond just preventing stiffness. It helps with muscle recovery, reduces the risk of injuries, and enhances joint mobility. Whether you prefer simple stretching, yoga, or even foam rolling to target tight muscles, don't overlook flexibility as a key component of your exercise plan. Let's take a step back for a moment and talk about strength training and why it's more important now than ever before. As we get older, muscle mass naturally declines, a process called sarcopenia. This decline in muscle mass can lead to weakened bones, decreased mobility, and overall frailty. This is why strength training should be a vital part of your fitness routine as you age. The good news is that you don't need to start lifting heavy weights to reap the benefits. Strength training can be done with simple resistance bands, dumbbells, or even your own body weight. It's not about going to a gym and lifting heavy weights. It's about focusing on exercises that strengthen your muscles without putting undue strain on your joints. Exercises like squats, lunges, wall push-ups, and leg raises are all excellent ways to build strength at home. Evelyn, 80, never considered strength training until her doctor suggested it as a way to combat the muscle loss that often comes with aging. She started with light dumbbells at home and worked her way up as she became stronger. After a few months, Evelyn could feel the difference. She had more energy, her balance improved, and she no longer struggled with tasks like carrying groceries or getting up from the couch. It's important to note that strength training doesn't just benefit muscles, it helps keep bones strong too. Weight-bearing exercises, such as squats or lifting light weights, help stimulate bone growth and prevent osteoporosis, a condition that causes bones to become fragile and more likely to fracture. Just like with flexibility exercises, consistency is key. Aim to do strength training at least twice a week, focusing on all the major muscle groups in the body. Now, I understand that some of you may be hesitant to start a strength routine or might feel intimidated. But remember, you don't have to lift heavy weights to get results. Start with light weights or even body weight exercises and gradually increase the resistance as your strength improves. It's all about starting slow and listening to your body. Finally, let's talk about rest. It's easy to overlook the importance of rest days, especially if you're feeling motivated to keep moving. But overdoing it can lead to fatigue, injury, and burnout. Your muscles and joints need time to recover and rebuild after each workout. So make sure you're taking regular rest days between your exercise sessions to give your body time to recuperate. On your rest days, try engaging in gentle stretching, walking, or activities that keep you moving but without intensity. Taking a day off doesn't mean you're being inactive. It means you're giving your body the time it needs to recover and stay strong. In conclusion, while walking is an excellent way to stay active, it's essential to balance it with other forms of exercise that promote strength, flexibility, balance, and overall well-being. Incorporate a variety of exercises, listen to your body, and prioritize rest. By doing so, you'll ensure that you're not only staying active, but doing so in a way that's safe and sustainable for the long term. As you continue on your journey toward maintaining your health and vitality, remember that moderation is key. You don't have to push yourself too hard to reap the rewards of exercise. Stay consistent, stay engaged, and you'll be on your way to living a long, healthy life, free from the aches and pains that come with overexertion. Thank you for watching. If you found these tips helpful, please give the video a like, comment, and subscribe for more advice on how to stay healthy and active as you age. I'd love to hear how you stay active, so feel free to share your favorite exercises in the comments. Stay strong, stay healthy, and here's to living your best life at any age.